Today's AskReddit post. What are some very comforting facts? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Jupiter gravitational mass is so immense modern science believe it's been protecting us from meteors for millions of years. Thank you Jupiter. I might be wrong, but I think there is a theory saying that ancient Jupiter used to roam the solar system and influenced how our sun's planets currently positioned. Considering how perfectly aligned Earth is. Thank you Jupiter. You're the real MVP. Goldfish can recognize their owners. Damn, he been watching you this whole time and you didn't even know. I used to have a goldfish who would suck up a piece of stone and spit it against the glass to make a noise so I'd know he wanted to be fed. Damn, fish trained me. That's hilarious. All of the cardigans Mr. Rogers wore on camera were knitted by his mother. Mr. Rogers' facts are the most wholesome facts. His favorite number was 143, because the words I love you have 1, 4, and 3 letters. Loudly crying face. There's a lighthouse in Massachusetts that blinks 143 and is known as the I love you lighthouse. Minute sledge light in Cohasset. Bees take naps in flowers. So yeah, it's okay to need a nap. Even busy bees do. I too like to rest on my laurels. Yannies. Scientists have discovered that rats love playing hide and seek and squeal with joy when finding being found. Edit. Wow, thank you so much for the award. My first ever on Reddit. I've always wanted a pet rat. This made me want one even more. Make sure to get multiple, they need rat buddies or they get depressed. I have to, and they are very charming fellows. Van Gogh didn't start painting until his late 20s. J.K. Rowling didn't publish Harry Potter until her late 30s. Samuel L. Jackson didn't get his first big role until his 40s. It's never too late to be who you might have been. It should be mentioned that Van Gogh sold only one painting in his life. Technically, Van Gogh sold hundreds of paintings in his lifetime. Just not his own. He used to work for an art dealer. LOL. There's a volunteer organization called No One Dies Alone. You're at Sacred Hearts Medical Center. You're terminal. You need a companion. From someone to talk to. Or just someone to hold our hand. They'll make sure someone will be there for you. Other hospitals have this too. I would like to volunteer for that. I have compassion like a Martha Ducker. Samuel L. Compassion. In dog wolf movies where they use real life dog actors, the people who have to edit all that sometimes have to add CGI tails because their dogs can't stop wagging their tail as they are so happy. I used to have a sweetheart of a dog who loved to roughhouse. She was big, and her play growls sounded scary if you didn't know how gentle she really was. Ever since her, when I see attack dogs on screen, I notice they often have the same body language and tone she had. My dog loses his mind over the water hose. If you were my neighbor you'd think we were getting mauled by a dog. But he's I'll play LOL. Dogs make cute little sneezing sounds to tell you they are playing and not fighting. My dumb, giant, muscly American bulldog does this when we play wrestle. It's an adorable little reminder that although she could rip my throat out, she chooses not to. She would be lonely if she did. Cows have best friends. So do horses. They work significantly harder when together and they tend to scare less easy. Some fish like to be pet. Clownfish are attracted to people. Went snorkeling around some reefs and after wiggling your finger at them almost like a worm, they come swim up to you and swam between my fingers. Clownfish are attracted to people. At least something is attracted to me, and that's definitely very comforting. Edit. Formatting. The word for penguin in Mandarin translates to business goose. In Hungarian raccoon is washing bear. In Norwegian too I believe. 1. A penguin was once knighted in Norway. 2. Blind people can smile even though they have never seen one. It is human nature. 3. The voice actors of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse got married in real life. A knighted penguin that holds the rank of brigadier lives in Edinburgh Zoo. He was promoted in 2016. Source. No one remembers all the stupid poop you did as a teenager. If you make it to the airport without dying, you've already passed the deadliest part of plane travel. That just makes me fear the airport. How? It's the trip to the airport that gets you, not the airport itself. Stan Lee started creating the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Iron Man, etc. at around 40, so even if you think that you can't get anything out of life, you still can push yourself creatively and leave a lasting impact on the world at an older age. I used to be a caregiver at a retirement home. I took care of a lady who started painting when she was 60 and kind of had an accidental career. She sold lots of paintings to hotels and in street fairs. She had a 20-year run as painter. Smiling is actually contagious. When out and about, if you think someone is looking at you, smile. If they smile too, they were probably looking at you. Yay, but then if they weren't looking at you, now you are a creep smiling at someone. Otters hold each other's hands when they sleep so their mate won't drift away. This makes me utterly happy. Otter families are usually limited to pups and their mothers, and these duos will spend most of their time either feeding or sleeping. In the downtime, though, otters love to play and will often build themselves slides along the banks of rivers. They are just otterable. Reddit isn't the worst thing you could be doing. Can you tell my parents? Thanks. Edit. Typo. Parents. Explanation. Original comment was can you tell me parents? Thanks. Cheetahs are very shy animals, so some zoos give them support dogs like those for humans. It's the cutest thing ever. The bigger reason for this is that cheetahs' vision likes to hyperfocus. In a crowd like ones at the zoo, they would get anxious looking at each individual and would try to analyze each person, which can be very stressful for them. Dogs are very good at reading groups and crowds. They pair a dog with the cheetah to rely on emotionally. If the dog is calm, the cheetah will trust them that there's nothing to worry about from those crowds. Edit. Since I'm getting the question a lot on how does the zoo prevent the cheetah from killing the dog, I'm going to add it here. They're typically introduced at a very young age and imprint on each other. Cheetahs are also not naturally driven to kill dogs as prey. A cheetah could kill a dog, but typically a cheetah would never hunt a dog in the wild. If it was in its territory, or if a dog appeared hurt and by itself, a cheetah might go for an opportunistic kill. But those are special circumstances. The most likely situation you'd see in the wild would be if they were hunting the same prey and they fought over a kill. Whenever I've experienced heartbreak or something scary or intimidating, I remind myself I'm not the first person ever to have gone through, and for some reason I always find it comforting. I'm not the first person to be scared or sad, and thousands of others have gotten through what I'm going through, and if they can get through it, why can't I? Edit. To address some comments, I'm stating this is something I find comforting when I'm needing to cope. Doesn't mean it will work for everyone, and I don't view it as other have gone through this so my feelings are not valid. It's more of thousands of other people have felt this way before, and if they can figure out how to cope with it or navigate and heal from it, then why can't I? This is just one of the many tools I have in my coping toolbox that I use. It's me telling myself if other people can figure out how to get through this situation experience, then I can too. I just drawing inspiration from others. And thank you for the awards. It's very kind of you all. 2020 is halfway over. The free trial is over. 2020, and now you'll pay. Dogs know when you step on them by mistake because you immediately start petting and apologizing. They know it's a mistake. My kid sometimes steps on the dogs and will just go on doing whatever it was she was doing. I get so upset. No, no, no. You apologize to dog right now. No, like you actually mean it. Throw in some pets too. Do it right. Double quote. You have to apologize in a soft high-pitched voice and pet them for 7 minutes. It is law. Pillow fighting is a real, recognized sport in Canada. It was founded in Toronto in 2004 by the Pillow Fighting League. I want this on ESPN right the duck now. It's on ESPN 8, The Ocho, My boyfriend has a panic and anxiety disorder. Whenever he gets a panic attack, one of our cats will sit on him and purr loudly. It always comforts him and calms him down. We always joke that she is our little support animal. She is very attuned to our emotions and feelings. When my grandmother passed away and I was very sad, she would not leave me alone. She would just sit next to me in silence or occasionally let out a small mew to inform me she was still there. So, as conclusion, even if you are having a poop day, your pet still loves you. I heard cat purrs are at the perfect frequency to encourage healing. Also, cats secrete a hormone which makes humans happy. That's a very good cat. Swedish blood donors receive a text whenever their blood is used to help someone. So do Australians. And folks from the UK smiling face with squinting eyes. Your body is home to its own unique ecosystem. The human gut. Sounds gross, but billions of little creatures living inside you are helping you digest things, dispose of waste, and survive natural toxins in the food you consume. If you ever feel like you're useless, or that your existence means nothing, that's not true. You literally mean the world to your gut flora. This is my swamp. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Existing is hard, but most things around you are also alive and going through their own cycles. So in a way, you're on this together. Be kind. Everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Socrates. That poop applies to yourself too. Very much doubt that's Socrates, but a good count. After nearly 2 years, the DRC finally declared the end of its Ebola outbreak. When was this? Couple days ago. Pillows exist. Not at my friend's house during a sleepover apparently. I felt that. An eiderdown comforter by Matuk sells for over $16,000. Eiderdown is harvested by collecting it from the eider's nest, making it the only down product that doesn't result in harm to the bird. No one is judging you. They are too busy worrying if they themselves are being judged. I'm judging you. I set aside a short period every afternoon and judge everyone for 45 minutes. Toads can eat bread and toast. Holy yes. 5k. Thank you, you very kind strangers. I guess that's a somewhat comforting fact. I don't know how, but it is. Given all the atoms in the universe are recycled in various ways, having formed in the first stars, our entire body has already experienced billions of years of each atom's own personal history. Even more comforting, it's plausible those atoms will eventually become part of someone else in the future and will continue to exist in various forms, transforming continuously, until the end of time itself. So in a way, we're connected to something absolutely eternal and our ultimate fate is to be spread across the stars. Hell, depending how deep you want to get, there's also a tiny chance that your pattern of DNA will form entirely by chance again, creating someone that is biologically you but with a whole new memory, experiences and history. Basically, everyone and everything is connected. The best part? None of this is based on religion or wishful thinking. It's actual established and current scientific fact. What I took from this is that I'm part pterodactyl. Liechtenstein once deployed 80 men for protecting the border against Austria. Despite their worries, they saw exactly zero combat. When they called it a day, they returned home with 81 men because an Italian bloke bumped into them and wanted to come live in Liechtenstein. They literally made a friend on the way, but the real homeland defense was the friend they made along the way. If you're ever feeling lonely, remember there are billions of cells in your body and all they care about is you. Most are bacteria. Well, they're still essential. Think of all the worst days of your life. You've made it through every single one of them and are still going strong. There's always another day on the other side. I'm not sure, but I think I heard this line in an old Woody Woodpecker cartoon when I was a kid. You don't need to worry about tomorrow, because the day after tomorrow will have passed. Poorly traduced from French since I couldn't find the original. Sorry. I don't know why, but this has stuck since my childhood and I find it very comforting. During the Second World War, a Muslim man owned a mosque in Paris. After France got captured by the Germans, the French Jews were being killed. The Muslim man offered every Jew he could find shelter in his mosque and handed out fake Muslim certificates so they wouldn't be questioned. He saved over 400 lives. No one's your enemy, except for the ones you make yourself believe are. What was this hero's name? His name was Abdelkader Ben Gabrit, or commonly known as Kader Ben Hebret. Admitting you're wrong is not show weakness. It's the necessary step to become better. If you've lost someone, and you feel like that are completely gone from your life, think about the impact they have had on you, on your loved ones, on others, and think of how that impact continues to live on throughout all of life. That impact won't die with them either. The chain of life goes on. Everybody has pooped themselves at least once. That's some real poop. You will always have a second chance as long as you still want to get better. Unless you've been given a death sentence for killing a bunch of people. My country is pushing for a series of laws that would make ecocide, the destruction of the ecosystem, a punishable crime. Ro, where do you live? France. Spiders can't fly. Let's all take a moment and appreciate this fact. I hate to break it to you, but they can make paragliders with their webs. They can what? When I sit on the couch, my dog likes to cuddle between my body and the cushion and sleep with his head resting on my shoulder. Be the person your dog thinks you are. Eternal ball dispenser and food machine. You are not as bad or as troubled as you paint yourself to be in your head. I sure hope so. When the gas gauge first reads empty, you usually have 50-60 miles of fuel left. I live pretty far from the nearest gas station, so when the gas starts getting low I end up playing a game of chicken with it, cause I really don't want to have to make that trip. Don't do that. It is estimated every 10 years, the cells in your body will have been replaced with new ones. Therefore, you get a new body every 10 years, making it so you do get a fresh start. All I can think about is that we shed our skins like a snake, only slower. This gave me the heebie-jeebies. If only 1% of the world population liked you, that would still mean 70 million people likes you. Whole of Italy wants me. As a friend. Ro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.